This is Halo Top, and for the past 36 months, it's been my go-to late night snack. But at this point, I'm sick of it. So in this video, I'll be finding a replacement, or I'll fail and be stuck eating these same 5 flavors for the rest of my life. But we're not just gonna take any replacement. It has to be healthy, it has to be convenient, and most importantly, it has to be delicious. Alright, let's do this. Over the past 3 years, these 5 flavors have seen my insides many times.
What? Bro, what are you?
But not because they're the best flavors, but because the one time I went to the store, these were the best flavors they had. And I haven't really returned to the store since because I'm a hermit and I have Instacart Premium. But turns out Halo Top actually has 35 flavors, including 8 brand new ones that look delicious. Now all I have to do is overcome my fear of the outdoors and make it to the store. Good news and bad news. Good news is they had plenty of ice cream. Bad news is the only flavors in stock were the same 5 flavors I always get. Damn it, Publix. However, I did get some of those because this video takes a while to film and a man's gotta eat. But I did find something interesting. This is Enlightened. 460 calories, 27 grams of protein per pint. I only eat half a pint at a time, so nutritionally, this is looking pretty solid. Hopefully it tastes as good as it looks because there's nothing I love more than some brownies and cookie dough in my ice cream.
Wow. I got a lot of brownie on that. A lot of brownie. The actual ice cream is kind of flavorless, but the mix-ins are really good. I think there's definitely something else out there that could top this for sure.
Our first trip to the store had failed, but I wasn't ready to give up just yet. And turns out getting some fresh air was actually good for me. So I decided to hit up a few more stores to see what else is out there. After visiting 5 stores, I was only able to find 3 more options, and this many looked promising.
0%!
At this point, I was starting to lose hope. But I already bought them, so I figured I might as well try them out.
First up, we have Nick's Triple Chocolate.
320 calories, 13 grams of protein per pint. I would prefer more protein, but at that calorie count, it's pretty much on par with Halo Top. But the real question is, how does it taste?
Decent.
Next up, Enlightened Cookie Dough. Now the first Enlightened ice cream I tried had way too much chocolate. So this time I went with just cookie dough. 460 calories, 24 grams of protein per pint.
All right, let's see if this flavor can enlighten my taste buds. That's even more synthetic than Nick's Triple Chocolate. If you ever had one of those ice cream trucks that went around your neighborhood and sold those little cups of ice cream, it tastes like the vanilla cup, not real ice cream.
Okay, whoa. All right, because that's a pretty intense accusation. How do you know that they're fake?
There's a little piece of Oreo. I'm gonna try that out. That Oreo kind of, it's like it wasn't even there, you know? We're gonna have to rely on the last one here. Hopefully it could save us from what's going on with these ice creams right now. This is not promising.
All right, last up, Nick's Cherry Chocolate. Honestly, after their last flavor, I was not excited for this, but it was my last option, so I needed this to work.
This one needs to work out or else I have no idea what we're gonna do from here, but let's give it a shot.
290 calories, 11 grams of protein per pint. But was it good enough to replace Halo Top?
Texture is a bit off. Instead of ice cream, it tastes more like Yule Plate, like yogurt. I don't know, guys. Halo Top's just kind of blowing all of these out of the water.
I must break you.
I felt defeated.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to figure something out.
After literally stepping out of my comfort zone, somehow I ended up exactly where I started. But it was getting close to nighttime and I refused to go to bed without a snack. So I mustered up the courage to give it one last shot and visited the one grocery store that hasn't had a customer in years.
That's kind of messed up.
And that's where I found this. Sweet Cream Cold Brew. One of Halo Top's 8 new legendary flavors. I was ready to give up on Halo Top, but after seeing this, I had to know. Would this flavor reinvigorate my love for Halo Top? Or would it just confirm that I am absolutely screwed?
God, these fucking eye drops burn.
490 calories, 16 grams of protein per pint. A little more calorically dense than what I'd expect from Halo Top. But none of that mattered. It was time for the moment of truth.
This is what I'm talking about, dude.
Damn! That shit good!
It tastes like regular coffee ice cream, which is very impressive because this is a low-calorie alternative. And those little chocolate chips, they just like melt right when you bite into it. It's so good.
It was good. Real good. And if this had been any of the other 7 legendary flavors, this might have been the end of my journey. But something felt off. I just kept thinking to myself, do I really want to be eating coffee-flavored ice cream right before bed? And the answer is, no, I do not.
What? No way!
So with no more stores left to visit and all my options exhausted, there was only one thing left to do. This is a Ninja Creami. I bought it a few years back when I ran into this same problem.
Sure wish I had more flavors in this. Well, have I got a product for you?
Last time, I only tried a handful of recipes, and when they didn't work out, I gave up and never used it again. It just felt too inconvenient. I mean, you have to put all the ingredients in the pint, freeze it for 24 hours, and then the next day, you can finally have ice cream. The problem is, I want ice cream now.
So, let me give it to you straight. We need ice cream tonight, so you can comply. We could do this the easy way, or you could not. We could do this the hard way. This guy's funny.
So this time, I showed up with a game plan. I bought 7 pints so I can have one every night and only have to prepare them once a week. I bought creamy coolers so I can eat directly out of the pint without freezing my hands off. And I researched some ingredients so I can make my own quick to prep ice cream. Now all I have to do is convince my girlfriend that it's not that loud.
Do you mind if I make ice cream in here?
Yes.
Why?
I definitely mind. It's so loud.
Please.
Alright, so this is what I came up with. 40 grams of Swerve, 1 serving of Oreo pudding mix, and 380 grams of Fairlife 2% milk. I also mixed in some Oreo Thins for some crunch and extra flavor. This recipe has 440 calories, 23 grams of protein, and only took 3 minutes to prepare. And the best part is, you can swap out the pudding mix and mix-ins to your heart's desire to create endless flavor combinations.
But none of that matters if it doesn't taste delicious. So let's see how this thing stacks up against Halo Top. Now that's good, dude. Texture is fantastic, just like ice cream. If you went to Sonic and they handed you this, I really don't think you would know the difference. I'm so happy with this.
So after all that, I finally found my replacement for Halo Top. What I learned is, when the world refuses to give you lemons, sometimes you just gotta make them yourself. Oh, and also, there's almost nothing that can't be solved by spending just a little bit more time in the great outdoors.
You know I can still hear that, right?